Time for more from Rockfest, Wisconsin. I'm Lou Brutus. My dear close personal friend Rick DeJesus from Adelitas Way joins me. We're glasses buddies today. We actually have, honest to God, matching glasses.
It's called style.
Yo, Ray-Bans. Yep. Little something for the effort for the two of us.
Throw them in. Man, I'll give you my
scripts.
address. We'll get the addresses right for them.
Absolutely. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. I'm really excited for you, man. Great new music, Still Hungry. Tell me all about the band these days. Tell me all about making this music.
The band's on fire. You see what's going on. We've been doing things a different way. We've been really just making sure that we have ownership. We own. We're independent. When you're independent, you get to do whatever you want. You get to do things a little differently. We're dropping songs. We're always in the studio. If we write something that we think our fans will love or that people will love, we put it out. And it's working. We're coming off of some of the biggest songs of our career with Bad Reputation, Ready for War, Notorious, 10 million streams. And now Still Hungry, the newest single. And I mean every word I say. I'm still hungry. I think our time's coming. I think right now is the moment that we cement our place in this scene. We are a band that's been a part of this scene for a decade. And I want to be talked amongst the best of this time period. So I'm going to keep putting out the best music we can. We got Drifting coming out on July 20th, which is just maybe a week away or a little less. And we're always in the studio. When I'm off the road, we're not playing festivals, we're not on tour supporting other amazing bands, we're in the studio or with our families. And we got new music coming. We're going to put an EP out later this year for everyone, and then we're going to start work on another album.
You know, it's really interesting. You are not the first person I've spoken to at this festival or the last few years that feels locked into just creating albums and then waiting 2 to 4 years and doing another album. Now it seems the thing to do, and what's working for a lot of folks is steady stream of music, songs, single, EPs.
It's just a testament to if you're a real band or a real artist or if you're for real or not. If you can't continue to make great music that your fans will love, you don't want to be one of those people I don't want to say they got lucky or that only have a limited number of songs. I feel like songs is an area that Adelitas Way is very strong in. We're not really defined by one singular song. We don't have one smash hit song. We have a collection of our work, and we continue to add on to that collection. And recently, the add-on to the collection of work we had has been some of our best work in our lives. And we've already got more great ideas that are coming. I'm going in the studio on the Fozzy tour right now. I'm writing this song called All In, and I'm gonna pit stop on 2 days off, and I'm gonna go in the studio in Nashville. I'm gonna create that song. I'm gonna make that song. I'm gonna wait until it's ready, and then I'm gonna drop it for the fans, because I'm always creating, doing what I love, working. And thank you to all the fans for believing in us, for showing us that the path that we knew we were supposed to follow is true and is real.
Tell me about getting a song ready for the studio, because it does not always work that somebody can go in and bang out a song in 2 days. However, if the path for the song is laid out very well, you can go into the studio pretty quickly and bang it out. Tell me about this song in particular, what you've done with it so far, and why you're able to go into a studio and feel that, in a day or so, bam, bam.
I obsess over it. I lay in bed. I think around. I think of all the barriers that are there that I can knock down. I think of where I can go. I think of what the feel of the song calls for. I think of what can be different. I try different approaches. Once I kind of feel like I have something that starts to sound like, oh man, I can't wait for people to hear this. That's when I start getting excited. I start tightening up the lyrics. I start tightening up making sure the chorus is strong enough, making sure the guitar hook is strong enough. That's when I just really start going to work on crafting it. By the time we go into the studio, the guys have heard about it so much from my obsession that they're kind of know what we're getting into. They're ready for it. And then I play with some of the best musicians in the world. So when I go into the studio in 2 days in Nashville, I let Trevor, who I've been playing with for 10 years, do what he does. I have suggestions here and there on parts that I hear, because I can hear a little boom. I can hear little pieces of music that I want along the way. But for most of it, I want the creative tube open for my band. I want them to put their stamp on what I'm hearing. If at the end of the song though, it has to just be the way my mind envisions it.
I just picture you laying in bed at night and you can't shut your brain off because what if we try this? What if we try this? What if we try this? And next thing you know, it's dawn.
It happens when I'm at a gas station. Someone's like 7:45. I'm like, I'm just. What
Sir.
Yeah, what'd you say? Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I lay in bed. I sometimes I'm disconnected from this reality because I'm obsessed with writing songs and studio work and being in the studio, and it's a good thing. It ain't a bad thing. I'm never gonna look at being creative as a bad thing.
Rick DeJesus from Adelitas Way is my guest. Let's talk about going out on the road with Fozzy. I was talking to Chris Jericho yesterday. He had nice things to say about you guys. He's a pretty amazing individual. He's another guy who can't shut his brain off, I think.
I love it. Look, I got a lot of love for Chris, and I want to say a lot of things amazing about him, too. He's spreading the love. He's letting people know that a lot of bands are conforming to whether they want to be associated with us or like us or not, because I don't think we're really the cool band to be attached to these days if you have like a massive machine behind you. We're an independent band. We have no manager, no label, it's just the band making the decisions. And I feel like sometimes we're almost seen as like the bad kids in the scene, like, oh, don't hang out with those guys, and for me, Chris Jericho's my kind of guy, man. He ain't worried about what anyone thinks. He likes us because he likes us, and he's showing us the love because he understands and respects what we're doing, just like I do with him. It's funny that people say Fozzy is just breaking out now. I've been watching these guys work hard for so long, and I'm happy for Chris. I'm proud of Chris. Shout out to Fozzy, Chris Jericho. We're so excited to play with you guys and tour, and all the love is mutual. Everything that you say kind about us, we feel the same way about you guys, and we can't wait to go and pretty much sell out every single club or every single spot we play in the country.
Drifting is the next tune. What can you tell me about it? Give me some insight.
It's a great song. It's a great song. It's a song that I'm very excited about. It's about finding who you are a little bit and believing in yourself, and along the way, kind of reflecting on what it is you're after. Ultimately, between this life and what lies above, there's dreams, man. There's what do you want to be? What do you want to do? And I think a lot of people don't realize that they could be anything that they want, and that's a little bit what drifting's about. It's about kind of floating around and finding your way and believing in who you are.
A couple other things, lifestyle related. One is you take pretty good care about yourself in regard, especially about what you eat. Tell me and tell folks what you eat, what you don't eat, and how you keep yourself healthy, which is always a trick being out on the road so much.
Look, I had someone today ask me, Rick, you went from looking like in the early years a college baseball player with some weight on you, and here you are 34 years old, and I think you're in the best shape of your life. That's what one of the guys said to me when I was talking to him. And I was a college baseball player, and I always wanted the long ball, so I stayed big, I stayed strong. I like being able to play sports. But going to the food thing, when you get a little older, you start really realizing about diet. A lot of podcasts I learned off of, with nutritionists and scientists, and even you can listen to Joe Rogan and learn from his guests. But outside of that, just from listening and learning to people, I've just been eating way more vegetables. I eat a lot of organic foods. I don't eat much meat unless, and I won't, like we talked about, if I'm in a place where you're at a must-eat chicken or steak, you have to try it. I'm not going to not live my life. I'm down to always enjoy a great meal. For the most part, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I drink a lot of teas. I drink a lot of green tea. I drink a lot of chamomile. I drink protein shakes. I drink a lot of organic juices, fresh beet, carrot, celery, cucumber juices. I mean, I drink a juice a day every day of my life. My lunches pretty much consist of fresh, organic, grinded juices. And I've seen results all around, from my performances on stage with Adelitas Way to being in a men's softball league where I'm cranking homers out. I feel great. I do a lot of yoga. I'm going to do some yoga right before we play here in Rockfest to make sure I'm properly stretched. And I sleep. I rest, man. And I was telling Lou a little bit, for everybody out there that knows a little bit about CBD, it can help with a lot of things. It can help with anxiety. It can help with inflammation. It can help you with sleep. So I just really try to research a lot of things that are great for your body, and I try them and I see how I feel. And I noticed that the one of the biggest things has been the vegetables and the juices. And another thing that I could say, and this isn't me just going to, you're asking about health and life and stuff. Sunblock, man. 90% of our damage on our body and our skin comes from the sun. So everybody make sure that you're protecting your skin and protecting your outer layer, and I try to do that as well.
One last thing, really short. How's the family? I love your family.
The family's great, man. I was gonna ask you how yours is as well.
Everybody's doing great.
Yeah, same here. My girls are getting big fast. My daughter wants to be a performer, so hopefully, she's sitting here with you one day, and you're still just crushing it. Because you know what's funny? I noticed about you, Lou. You know what's going on in the scene more than anyone. You are at the ground still, and there are a lot of jerk-offs out there that try to say they're a part of this community, and they don't know what's going on. So that's why you're here forever and ever.
I don't know that that's true, but I'll accept the compliment anyway.
I see your paper, Lou. I see Song Drifting coming out. I see Live, Love, Life. No one knows those songs.
That's easy, and I have producers who help me with this stuff, too.
Doesn't matter. It's the team effort. Lou Brutus's team is for real, and that's why he is here with us for all these years, because he knows this scene. He knows what's going on. Thank you for that.
Whenever anybody asks me, and thank you for that compliment, and I'm embarrassed that you say that, but I appreciate it. Whenever anybody asks what I do for a living, I just say I'm a professional music fan. I'm just a kid who sat around his bedroom memorizing album liner notes who went pro, because there was no other fucking thing I could do in life to make a living.
But you use your outlets to be bold too, man. It's easy to stop playing a band like Adelitas Way if the other powers of the corporate world are telling you not to, but you stick with your gut. Just like
good
so
music
many
is good music.
Thank you, exactly.
I don't care where it comes from or how it gets there.
You know who's doing it in the scene for real, and don't lose that. You never will lose that. You're already here. It's done.
Well, shout out to Paul, who helped me put the notes together for this, and also for James doing the video. I'm Lou Brutus. That's Rick DeJesus from Adelitas Way. We are here at Rockfest, Wisconsin.